And we are live, I believe. His stream's audio is currently. Oh, okay, that might just be an error. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're back again for round 2 of the Drag Race Showcase. There are going to be a number of cars going again today. This is round 2 if you're following along on the spreadsheet. Welcome to everybody who's joining. You came here to see your car die. Well, get ready because there's going to be a lot of death today. Yeah, we'll see how it goes though. Let's start off with the first car, perhaps. It's going to be the beamng R5 Turbo TR. I'll just search it up, and we'll get this loaded in.
Yeah, good evening from here in Finland, because it's not Overlord this time, it's Destrega.
Yeah, I'm joined by Destrega. Well, I spelled that car wrong. He is replacing Overlord because Overlord is watching football, as many Americans do on Sundays. But we're out here drag racing instead, so that's how it goes sometimes.
So, the first car was the Blinov, which was one of the very slow ones.
Yeah.
That took like 16 seconds to run.
Oh yeah, no, we're starting on the slow ones again, and then we're going to be moving into the fast ones, just like we did before. But this time there are only 67 instead of 130, so it should go by a bit quicker. I'm anticipating that this whole stream again is going to be just over 3 hours. We shall see. Hopefully there are no technical difficulties like last time. I have taken some precautions to avoid that. Yeah, we'll see though.
Yeah, the stream dying yesterday was a
that was
bit of a thing.
That was unfortunate. All right, let's see. I've got the same settings as yesterday, so theoretically it should be fine. As if we were doing it after the big crash. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, it's been a while.
Quite a lot of people from Finland, I see.
You're not alone.
Seems so.
So I don't know much about Finland. What are some interesting facts about it? Like, what's the population of Finland?
I think it's around 7 million.
7 million?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a very quiet run there, but that car has managed to do 16.8, which is actually slower than its previous time, but that's okay. It's going up against the Ibishu Star Wagon, which is, yeah, this one.
Should be beat the...
Yeah, it should. Based on the previous times, it should. This one as well. Oh no, this one's an advanced auto. Actually, noticing it now, there is no audio at all. Can anybody hear anything from Beam, or is that just me? Because it doesn't seem to be. Whatever. 14.7. So that's actually a faster time than before, but that does indeed beat out the Bilnov, or the, yeah, that one is finished in round 2. But that's pretty good for such a slow car, surprisingly so, in fact.
And the next is well designed.
Hey Overlord, thank you for the donation. Overlord says, just dropping, or hey everyone, just dropping in to wish best of luck to all the cars going, along with Destrega, who's filling in. Yeah, thank you.
And the next car is well designed 612B.
So Overlord has the well-designed thing. What is going to be your repeated phrase? Super quiet? You hear B on the... Oh, sorry.
I don't know.
No, no repeated phrase?
Well, I think it might be the Finnish racing driver, yes. maybe. Like if anyone knows Mika Häkkinen, and he said obviously yes.
All right, so this is the well-designed. I believe it is at least. Yeah, it is. Well-designed 612B. Last time it ran a 10.6. This time it's got. I don't know. It's probably gonna run the same. It's an advanced auto. Like, the only thing I really affect in the run for those is the start. After that, I can't do anything. I just hold the throttle down and wait. Boom, 10.8. Well, a little bit slower. Yeah, okay, I turned up the beam audio a little bit so people can hear these cars. These ones are pretty quiet, but as we get into the loud lads towards the end of towards the end of this list, you're gonna be hearing those, I think.
So the next car is Expense Porsche GT.
Yeah, this one I believe we looked at last time and noted that it's not even a Porsche body, but I guess it does have a knockoff Porsche vibe to it. Advanced auto. Okay, now I'm hearing beam audio. Seems like the past couple cars were just a little quiet.
I think it should be like posh means like it's expensive or something like that.
Oh, posh.
I think that looks like a bit of a Bentley from the front.
It kind of does. Let's give this one the nice green light. That one has beat out the well design. Somebody's asking how old I am. I am old. I'll be 24 this year. So it makes me feel old.
So not that older than me. I'm 23 this year.
23. Okay, so I'm just a bit older than you then.
Yeah.
That's awkward. 2,500. Ooh, Hunter, thank you for the donation. He says, love your videos and style, man. Keep it up. Yeah, I appreciate it. Up next is a Volvo dragster. It's the 8500 dragster, to be exact. It's not a Camaro body either, but didn't stop you calling it a Bimero. Yeah, that's true. I kind of did, kind of made my own thing there. So this dragster is a sequential. Last time it ran an 11.1, so we'll see how we do here.
Volvos are quite a popular car in Finland, or at least have used to be, and well, sort of are still.
Still? Like the new ones or still the old ones from back in the day still going?
Well, both. Like, you see a lot of the Volvos like this one and the old 7 Series big boxes.
Yeah. They're basically just boxes on wheels back in those days. Star Trek Drag Star is next, Advanced Auto. Last time it ran a 10.4, so it's got a good chance here. But that dragster was faster on its second run in round 2. Oh yeah, this is the one that was like weirdly scraping on the ground. Oh, that's a 10-second run. Not bad. So that's actually going to beat out the dragster pretty easily. But as time goes on, the lower power to weight cars are going to get beat out. There's no doubt about that.
That scraping, I know what that is. It's the exhausts, because those are side exhausts. But the fixture is long, but the game doesn't do the exhaust pipe correctly, so it just makes the fixture length exhaust in a sideways manner.
Oh, okay, so when you make it big, it just like extends it out really far like that?
I had problems with those type of exhausts in the last showcase when I tried the cars out. Like Overlord's car snagged quite a lot of times with those exhausts that are sticking out.
Yeah, I believe that's the only car to have that error this time, um, from what I've seen, but I have seen it before. So the Raw has managed to do a 9.817. Last time it was actually faster. And the Blackbird truck can apparently be faster with a 9.6 last time, so this might be a challenge for this car. Oh, wait, which one is it? Oh, goodness. There it is. The Blackbird truck is a semi truck that actually managed to make it into this next round. I believe this one was the one where its wheels fell off last time. Dual clutch as well.
That is, that's kind of the interesting thing about this, that we're doing them again, that you can make mistake on another car that the slower one will get through.
Yeah, that's how it goes with these. Like in this case, that truck was dancing all the way down the line. It's managed to get an 11. I'm gonna put it down, 11.068. But I'm gonna try it again just to see if it can do better than that. Now that we're getting into the
Oh
more
yeah,
competitive rounds, it's yeah. I mean, I want to make sure the cars get a good run in.
that jiggle.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with these trucks. Oh, come on. No, apparently the jiggle is just there to stay. But this time it should be better. That's a 10.8. Goodness, I don't know what's going on with the suspension at the back there, but that is a lot of jiggle.
It might be something to do with the lack of rear weight.
Possibly.
Car has all the weight on the front, so it doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah, true. Next one is the Ute version of the Corolla. This one is well designed, at least in my opinion, but a little bit slower. Last time it got a 9.469 sequential gearbox. Now, theoretically, most of the runs that are happening in this should be like done quickly because we're getting good cars that go through each round. So as we go forward, the rounds should just get faster and faster just because the cars are faster.
Yeah, like in the end, there are quite many 6-second cars.
Yeah, it's
7.
close to the low sevens and under 7 seconds. Drag semi, yeah. Oh, 130 people here. Welcome. I was actually very surprised to see so many people here on the last stream. Usually these showcase ones aren't as popular, but thank you everybody for being here. Oh, another
Yeah.
wheelie car. Goodness.
And if anyone is wondering who am I am Destrega. You probably know me from the Discord server. I'm very active there.
Yes. Thank you for joining once again, taking the place of Overlord, who's usually the one who's here. But he's here in spirit, I guess, if nothing else.
Yeah.
As he cheers on his team on Sunday evening football, or afternoon football, I should say.
That was quite of a hard wheelie on that car.
Oh yeah, and the second run as well. It doesn't look like it's going to beat out the Corolla, so that car is going to move on with a 9.5. Okay, so up next we have a triple stack. The reason for this is because there were a few cars that were missed from the submissions, and I added them in to the leaderboard in this way, mostly because I couldn't really move things around too much. Like it kind of had to be this way. Either that or one car would end up getting a pass because of an odd number of cars going through. So it's going to be 3 that are competing to get through this time, and we'll have to see how that goes. So the first one up is the Gord V-Line Eco Air, which is a dual clutch. Last time it ran in 8.7, which is pretty fast. See if it'll do it again.
Someone just said in the chat that I am equals Kimi Raikkonen. Maybe because of the speaking.
Similar accent?
Well, it's like the usual Finnish Formula One driver style of speaking English.
Oh, okay. Next one is the Magnum. Oh wait, we forgot to do that one car. We'll just do it as we get closer to it. It is coming up. The one car that was not run last round. Forgot about that. Drag EcoBoost? Oh no. It's a recipe for disaster. Okay, this one is the Magnum 1750. I don't know where that number comes from because neither of its horsepower or weight values are 1750. But it is a dual clutch. Last time it ran a 9.4. Not really much to do during these auto or dual clutch runs. Like, I kind of just sit and wait. And there we go again, 9.4, 5. So that's actually faster than its previous run. Not going to beat the other one there. So one last one in this round. This one is a new join from the Discord. And a late addition due to being missed, unfortunately. But I've grouped it with a similar power to weight ratio group, so it should be able to do okay here, I hope.
Yeah, the automatics are a bit of a boring. Like, I don't like automatic or dual clutch personally. Like, usually when I create a car in automation, it is like 95% of the time it's manual or sequential.
So that's an 8.9. Again, pretty fast, but it's not going to be enough to beat out the Gord. So 8.934. We have somebody else moving on.
And it's the one that moves on is the green eco car.
Yeah, the first one that was run there. Next one up is the Supra A90 Titan. Somebody's trying to get you to say give a like on the stream. Well,
I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say it.
Nah, that's okay. Dual clutch. I'm not somebody who usually asks for likes on things anyway, so don't worry about it.
I drive a manual car in real life.
So that is a 9.067. Yeah, my car, real life, is automatic. But I also drive a lot every day, so it's easier. Not saying I wouldn't get a manual if I had a chance, though.
Yeah. I see some people wondering that who is speaking, and it's not Overlord.
No, not Overlord this time.
Drago.
Yes. Substitute host.
Like the Overlord just said it, too. And some say that I'm Kimi Räikkönen, but
yeah, I'm actually interviewing a professional racing driver here, just so you know.
Well, not really.
The budget has gone up for my channel significantly.
See ya, Overlord.
Alright, up next we have the Scrooge Mix Super Suck. There seem to be a lot of cars with the name Suck. But surprisingly, this one actually did make it to the second round. Last time it actually ran a 7.7, so that's not bad at all. Let's see what it'll do here.
Yeah, the manual, if you come to Finland, manual is like, you find it in pretty much most of the cars here. Automatic is very unusual.
I think that's how it is for most of Europe, from what I've been told. Like, where in North America, like, most cars are auto.
I am Finnish, I'm not German.
This one, the knockoff Lamborghini, just happens to be. Its last time was a little bit slower than the last one, but it's a dual clutch. Let's see if it can do any better for whatever reason. 8.1, and that is actually better, but that's not going to be enough. It will lose to the Scrooge McSuck.
Yeah, I did find that the DCT will do sometimes some weirdness with the changing, so it's not perfectly like consistent. Like you can be perfectly consistent with the sequential if you are good enough.
Yeah. Well, even driving an auto down the strip, you can get a different time based on when the game decides to shift. Like, the times
Yeah.
will be close, but there'll always be variance. This one coming up next is a sequential, so again, I've got a chance to try it. This one, though, with ESC, kind of stalls it at the beginning. Oh, 8.1, that's pretty fast, actually. Faster than last time.
The manual and sequential are like, it's a chance to make uptime, but it's also a chance to mess up time.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward, mostly risk when it comes to me driving it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
you can experiment with shifting as well, like when you do it yourself. You can shift later if you think that might be faster, or shift earlier.
yeah. Like, when I tested the cars for the last showcase and the showcases before, like every car that had automatic, I was a bit of a whining that it has an automatic because automatics are not really good for racing.
I
But
think I'm actually going to try that one again. I think drag racing, usually they use an auto, or
yeah, I
something
think
like that.
so. I think so. In the drag racing, automatic is more useful because it's not like the manual has a very long shift time.
Yeah. So the Dominator, the car I just ran, I ran it twice, but it's moving on. The first run was not great. It jumped around a lot at the start, so I gave it a second go, and it was worth it.
Yeah, it did a bit of a jitter on the second one too.
Yeah, I did, but a little bit better, actually, point 0.8 or point 0.8 of a second better in the time, so that helps it to move forward.
Actually, I had a very hard time to find perfect setup for this showcase because the how you are launching the car affects the what kind of setup you need.
Yeah,
So I went a very hard rear end and a semi-soft front end,
so
and also
very stiff suspension overall.
yeah, and also why my car is so stable. I have a very stiff rear anti-roll bar.
Oh, okay. Take that as a tip, everybody. Please do that in the future. Stable cars are so much easier to drive.
But
Next one.
that also has a drawback that the car doesn't really want to turn.
Well, that's kind of good in this case. Not
Yeah,
wanting to
you
turn
need
is something I'd like.
yeah, you need to go only straight in this one.
Yeah. Well, the Bat Echo really likes to do a wheelie off the start. I'm going to try that again, but that's an 8.11. That's not enough to beat it, but might be able to do better on this second go. Oh, a bit of a stalled on the start there, but this is, the headlights, or the rear taillights on this one are very, like, warped. It's kind of weird. But that's not enough to beat the last car. Close race, though.
Yeah. These are much closer times than the first round because the cars are much faster.
Yeah, overall they're faster. Any chance I can see yesterday's stream? Yeah, you can watch it. It's on the channel, actually, as a VOD. So if you want to see it, you can watch it there. Next one is a dual clutch, the Cherry Bomb.
As I check the times of current, the cars don't have like over half a second of difference between them.
Yeah, most of the times have been close. But I think as we keep going forward, like, the fastest of the fastest cars are gonna continue forward. So it's like what you have to do when you see these matchups is look at the power to weight ratio of them. And then you can see how well you've really done.
Yeah, like the one car that did the 6.5.
Yeah.
That has like a very low power to weight ratio compared to the time.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to trying that car again. I want to see how it'll do on a second
Actually,
run.
I tried that car yesterday and I did a 6.4 in it.
It is just ridiculously fast. I think we might need to steal the setup.
I did check the car setup and I didn't see anything odd or something that would stick out straight out of it. It was just a very well made car.
Seems like it. So the next one is I believe this one is also an addition. The Tormenta Bicycle Tuned was one of the cars that was missed, but I added it into round 2, and it has a dual clutch based on my graph here.
And is it the one coming now on the stream? I think it is. Yeah, this is it. Looks like a luxury car.
Yeah, it does. It's a big one. We've seen the way that cars work. It seems like the smaller, high horsepower ones are doing well, but again, we've already weeded out a lot of the cars that just don't have any grip, but you have to have good grip with that power to be able to actually do well.
Yeah, you need the power to go into the pavement, not into the air, like some cars do.
A lot of the cars doing wheelies and stuff.
And bouncing.
Yeah.
Also, note for the wheelie bars. I did a test, and if you check out the J-beam in Beam, the wheelie bars don't have colliders. So they do not work.
They don't work?
They are just visual. They are just visuals.
Oh, okay. I've seen people use them in a way that they do work, but it was usually some other fixture.
Yeah, you need to use antennas to make them work.
Antenna?
Yeah, antenna. They have colliders. So, if the creator of the mod is watching, you could fix those wheelie bars by changing them into the antenna category.
Then
they would work.
The wheelie bars definitely do help. I've seen it on a few cars so far in this showcase. Some cars just want to fly away, but the wheelie bars do keep them down. Ooh, 7.8 carbon fiber Eagle V6. It's a little bit slower than its previous time, but hopefully it'll beat the vertical showcase was a 7.2. Oh well, that's not looking too good then.
Spoilers are a bit of a gray area in Beam. They tend not to generate at least much of downforce. So spoilers are really not a good way to add a downforce. You should go with a wing if you want a lot of them.
Yeah, the wings, when you make them huge, they look pretty cool. And when you stack them up, automation tends to like that.
Yeah, like I did a car with a 5 tons of downforce, front
Yeah.
and rear.
I don't know how that goes in Beam though. I like if that actually works. But
I did try the car in Beam and it was well, very interesting on the drive.
too much downforce?
Well, it was glued to the ground.
I guess in some ways that's good. Not if you're going for a top speed run though.
Yeah, but the car had also a weird issue with the game started to freak out that it started to pressing gas, brake, and parking brakes and all of the pedals with the same time. So you couldn't move. You had to reload the game for some weird reason.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Never seen that before. I have seen a lot of errors with automation exports to Beam though. Lots of weird stuff.
Yeah, it usually works. Like if you are making a very reasonable car, but when you do a car that is very not reasonable, then it tends to go haywire
Yeah,
very
for sure.
quickly.
Like when you push the limits of physics and stuff, it tends to break things.
Yeah. Also, I tested many different types of engines when I was doing my drag car, so uh, the V6 worked very well for me.
A
I don't
lot of
know,
people
I
went
just
for like huge power V16s.
yeah, V8s, V10s, V12s. I don't know. I have always been a bit of a V6 guy.
I'm gonna try this car again because it did way worse than its last time. Oh yeah, that's better.
Phoenix Tempest has 2,384 horsepower.
That's a lot. Not a small amount. The weird thing is like we kind of get thinking about the power of these cars and it's like, oh, 2000, that's not that much. That's average in this case, but 2000 horsepower is insane. It's real life 2000 horsepower is very uncommon.
Yeah, like only seen in a drag car or something like that.
Yeah, the like concept cars, drag cars, basically no race cars have 2000 horsepower. It's not even needed.
Yeah. Maximum that a race car has is like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Most of the time they seem to be like 800 or so, depending on what kind of racing, of course.
Yeah, like the Formula 1 cars are like they have the somewhere around 700 horsepower from the petrol engine, but the ERS system gives the boost from electric power.
I've been kind of interested in Formula E recently, seeing the electric F1 style cars go. Pretty cool.
I have not watched Formula E, but I do watch Formula 1 every time it is on.
7.9. Well, that was a pretty fast time, but it's not going to beat out the motorsport car. Well, we're getting down the list pretty quickly. We've done quite a few. Next one is the
Well,
suicide taxi.
I'm seeing the chat that someone mentioned the Devil 16.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I think that is a more of a concept car.
I've seen it in person actually. I went to a car show, the Toronto Motorsports Show, and it was there.
Hmm.
So I got to see it. The thing was pretty cool.
It looks like some sort of a futuristic thing, but yeah, it would be probably undrivable in real life.
Yeah, practically speaking, it's not really worth much, but well, it's worth a lot of money, but in driving, it's probably not faster than I don't know, like the average hypercar. 5,000 horsepower is a lot. I don't know if that's even usable.
Well, I think Nitro dragsters have something like that,
True.
but they are meant to go straight line.
And then they rebuild the engine after every run.
Yeah, because the nitro fuel burns the whole engine in one run.
Yeah.
Also, the clutches welded together and such.
It's that's like motorsport at its most extreme. Top fuel dragsters.
Yeah, that is quite of a costly thing to run because you need to build a car every run again.
Yeah. Did you buy a steering wheel? No, I have not bought a steering wheel. It's not really needed for this. But the Chrome 2020 Dragmobile is up next. Trying to remember. Dual clutch on this one.
Well, the steering wheel can be beneficial in drag racing. It helps you to keep the car in line.
True. Generally,
And
goodness, that's actually faster than the last time this car went. Yeah, generally I'm just trying to keep them straight. There's no turning or anything. Most cars are willing to go straight pretty easily, but some of them are just all over the place.
yeah. Also, the thing I have seen quite many cars spin out at the end, and that's because of lack of rear downforce.
Could even have uplift.
Probably because they don't have anything to keep the rear end down.
7.4, yikes. This truck is fast, but it's actually not enough to beat the Chrome Dragmobile. So that's gonna be it. Goodness. So what's gonna happen is I've got a window so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll edit the spreadsheet live so that as we move forward. Just gotta copy and paste all the winners basically.
Yeah, I have the spreadsheet sheet open on my third screen.
That's one thing I need as well, to get a third screen. My second screen is quite small, so it's not, can't really see what's going on sometimes.
Yeah, it's very useful to have multiple screens. Help with
Yeah,
multitasking.
9.25, that's actually faster than its previous run. Next one,
This car reminds me out of Burnout games. Those exhausts coming from the taillights.
yeah, it does kind of look like a burnout car. The next one is another suck boy. This is the like extremely wide one. For whatever reason, this body can just become way too wide, but we'll give it a try. Manual gearbox, 3,757 horsepower on this one. Sometimes you can have too much power.
Yeah, power needs to go into the track. If it doesn't go, then it's useless.
Well, it is going to move on with an 8-second run. Up next is the Cerberus.
Also, is that a jerry can on the left side of the rear fender?
Yeah, it does. Weighing it down.
I guess you need that extra fuel to get through the run.
With 3,000 horsepower, I'm sure it's not exactly fuel efficient. Cerberus. Yeah. Just gotta make sure I have the right one. Okay, perfect. This one is a dual clutch. Oh goodness, it's another one of those wheelie ones, but surprisingly controllable afterwards. 7.1 seconds, goodness. I'm seeing a lot of this big wing on the back. The big
Yeah,
drag wing.
well, it is a drag wing, so I guess many people used it because of looks. But that is in-game classified as a spoiler, so it doesn't really do much other than look cool.
It does look cool. This one, the Speedmon dragster. I think it's supposed to be speed and demon mixed together. It's speed demon. I don't know. But we'll give this one a go as well. Dual clutch.
Speedemon.
I guess so.
Well, that was a very Finnish style of saying.
It kind of works. That's probably what it's supposed to be pronounced as. Last time with that one, I managed to do 8.4, and it's the same thing again here. It's not going to be able to beat the other car, so the Cerberus is moving on.
And the next one is the Kiru Coupe. The fast one.
Oh, it is. I bolded its time so we could see it. I'm anticipating that this is going to go all the way to the end, but I'm kind of excited to try it again. Let's see if I can do it. It's a dual clutch, so I can't really do much. I just kind of have to let it go. Let's take a closer look at this one, as this one is currently the fastest car by a decent amount. So it doesn't have much aero. It looks like it's a push rod in the back. It actually has mufflers, interestingly. Twin turbo V10 from the looks of things.
I think it had a V10.
Yeah, it's
I remember checking the car a bit.
twin
And
turbo
yeah,
V10.
it has push rods rear, and those are MacPhersons on front.
Yep. With it actually has mufflers and cats, which is an oddity for a drag car.
Yeah,
But
that is a very odd thing.
It's all-wheel drive as well. Not much in terms of aero, but the exhaust is also coming out the hood, which is kind of funny. There's a
Yep.
lip on the front and then just a wing on the back, and that's it. So
Actually, correction, those are double wishbones on front.
double wishbone. All right, let's try it. Let's give this one a shot here. I don't think the GLT has a chance. So if you get paired up with this one, then you're pretty much done. This car is just ridiculously fast. And also extremely quiet as well because of its mufflers. Well, that's a 6.5 and I didn't even have to try. That's the fastest time I've ever gone on the drag strip. 6.518. Goodness.
Whoa, that's faster than I did with my car.
Okay.
I did a 6.52 something.
That car is insanely fast. I'm sorry to the GLT unless it can manage to... I mean, it got a 7.1, but that's no 6.5. You're probably going to be beaten out in round 2 by our current champion. Let's give it a go, though.
Yeah, that car will probably win this one if you don't mess up the run with it.
Yeah, I'll be giving them 3 chances still. A 6.8. Well, slower than the last time, but it doesn't matter much anyways. That is another one biting the dust to the Decaru Coupe Drag Showcase. Alright, on to Overlord's car. Oh, wait. No, not his car. Whoops.
I think this is Frankie's car.
Godd. It's the Here Comes the Money one. It's the Ute. The blue Ute. He
Yeah,
asked me
Frank.
about it last night, actually. He's like, which one was your favorite Ute in the showcase? And I was actually gonna say this one, but I forgot what it had been called. Anyway, let's try it out here. It's
Not
a
that many.
sequential.
Not that many Utes.
Yeah, not too many larger vehicles in general. Oh, this one's pretty well controlled though. A 7.184. So that is faster than its previous time. So we'll bank that. Next one is the 799, 799 again.
Going to be a close one.
This one, oh yeah, it did. Oh wow, it just beat it on its first run. So this one being a dual clutch should be able to get the same thing again. Or very close. A little bit of bouncing at the beginning, but this is one of the ones where it hooks up and then kind of pulls to the right. Ooh, that's not faster. Frankie, looks like you're moving on. Yeah, that was a decent run from the 799. Okay, so we have to go back to round 1 for this one. It is finally time to run this car. Forgot to do it before.
A boy Vermilion Carbon Edition.
Yes.
2,826 horsepower and 1,544 kilograms. Power to weight 1.83. Dual clutch.
This one would have been up against the AFE Drag Proto, and it still is going to be. Another full carbon car. So we'll see which one moves on here. Yeah, somehow I managed to not export it last time, but I did add it to the spreadsheet, so I don't know what happened there. My mistake. So that's why it's going again this time. 7.4 is enough to make it move on, and that means it's actually going to be run again.
And it looks like a Ferrari.
It does. So I'll just copy that, throw it in here, and we're going to be going up against the... I'll just load up the other car first, to be fair. So the next one is the Model 24, the unnamed McDonald's mobile, as I've been calling it. Yeah. This one last time managed to do 7.11, so it should theoretically have this matchup, we'll see.
This sort of looks like a BMW Z4.
Z4?
The front.
Oh yeah, the front definitely does. 6.9,
it has
goodness.
It has the kidneys.
Yeah, it does. Or at least sort of. It's got like the new BMW style where they're huge. Now let's load up that same car that we just ran again, because it's got to go for round 2 immediately. Could you do a more creative build? They've been pretty dull recently. What? I've just been doing like recreations of cars, which has been fun, so...
I have a suggestion that you could try to make Super GT 500 car. I haven't seen you make that one before.
Super GT?
Yeah, Super GT 500.
So, which series? Is that the Australian racing series?
Japanese GT series. The one that the Super GT Black was made for.
I'll have to look it up to see what those cars are like. Yeah, I'll have to look it up to see what those cars are like. But this one is Overlord's car. Yeah, we raced that last time. It did end up moving forward with a... scrolling too far on the spreadsheet. With a 7.130, so let's see if I can do any better this time with the dual clutch.
Well, yeah, I did test Overlord's car quite a few times, and it had quite a bit big problems start. It did a wheelie too when I was testing it, and he had to change the engine to front, which kind of limited the engine size.
Yeah, I mean, it does have 2,400, almost. It's got 2,456 horsepower, but in this competition, that's not that much. It didn't do bad though. 7.128 is 0.002 seconds faster, so just a little bit quicker. Next one is the Nissan, basically a Sylvia. Oh, it wants the
I
wall. Goodness, 7.0. Yikes, that's enough to beat Overlord's car, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I like the looks of that one.
And it's moving on.
Yeah, that's sort of like, well, a bit of a tuning car look.
Next up is the Doge SRT Lolcat with an advanced auto. This one is, I don't even know what body this is. This thing is so wide. Let's give this a go though. Last time, 7.1.
That body is the Lister Storm body.
Is it
The
a
one I
mod?
used in the last. Yes, it is a mod body.
Oh,
I
okay.
used that one in the last showcase.
Yeah, that would be why. 7.267 with a bit of wheel spin. Let's go on to the next one, the Drag Psyker. Oh yeah, this is the small car with huge turbos on the back of it. I cannot forget about this one. So it is a... It appears to be... Oh goodness, it's a sequential. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Oh no, I remember this one as being the jumping around a lot. Oh goodness. It's gonna cross the line in a spin with an 8.7, but I think we can do better than that. Goodness. So last time I managed to
Those
get 7.6 with that? Yikes.
those turbos look very interesting. I kinda like that how they look.
Yeah, they're just massive.
I think he might got a bit of an like inspiration from my last showcase car. It had the turbos on back too.
8.184, that's not going to be enough to move on, but not a terrible run. I mean, it did hit the wall a few times there. Just a few times. Next one is the Hypra. Hypra Type D.
One of the very fast cars.
This one, Hypra Type D. Yeah, 6.6. Goodness. Sequential gearbox as well. Alright, the pressure's
Yeah,
on.
this is one of the top 3 contenders.
Oh, that was not the best run from it so far. That's a 6.7. But a lot of that was my shifting not being quick enough. So I'm going to try it once more for this. It's probably going to beat the solo, even though the solo is, again, quite fast. So let's try this again. I think I shifted too early and then too late on one of the gears, so I know I can do better. Goodness, 6.652, indeed. Alright, up next, the Solo C-Swift FQ 2.3K Family Sport. Quite a long name. Ah yeah, this is it. Looks like another Volvo representation here. Oh yeah, rip the Solo C-Swift. Sorry, we're gonna give you a a final run here. Even though your car is quick, I don't think it's going to do the same sort of speed that that other one can. I will try, though. Oh, goodness. I'll try to keep it out of the wall. Maybe with one extra wheel on there. It looks like the wheel is going to finish the run, but the car isn't. Let's try again.
The stream got a bit laggy there, but it's back on now.
Okay. Yeah, 7.184. Not enough to beat the Hyper Type D, unfortunately. That car is too quick. That's probably the closest one, I believe, to the fastest car we have, which I should bold as well. All right. Well, we actually only have a few left for round 2. Things are going quickly here. It's been about an hour, but let's keep it going.
Next one is the Forge, which is like a between a Ford and Dodge.
Yeah, isn't this one a truck?
Yeah.
78 FRO. Oh yeah, it is a truck. I'm trying to remember this one. So it's a sequential, 3,181 horsepower. And it won by the fact that the other one DNF'd. So hopefully it can do well here. But a 7.2 is not slow. Just maybe not fast enough for round 3, we'll see. Oh, it's quick. 6.9. Ooh, that is quick. 6.917 with that truck. So which one is yours again?
Mine.
Yeah.
Is the Sakura SRV.
SRV. Okay, so that's coming up in the next round, actually.
Yep. The number 23.
This one, dual clutch. Last time it ran a 7.1, so it should theoretically lose to the Froge unless I can do better with it. This one appears to be rear-wheel drive as well. Oh, a little bit of lift. Goodness. The rear tires are massive. That's a 6.7. Whew. Okay, looks like the Froge is done.
Yeah.
Cars are getting quicker.
Actually, funny thing, the number 23 is my sort of my lucky number. So I hope it helps.
Anything will help. This is the AMX. Another Ute is what you're going to be going up against. This car last time managed to do a 6.8, so it's pretty quick. Yours last time I managed to get a 6.6, so this is going to be pretty tight. We'll see though. This car is a sequential. It's up to me to shift it well. Let's see.
Meanwhile, my car can almost do the run on its own.
Pretty much. So I managed to get a 6.850, which is pretty much in line with what I did last time. Whoops. Missed the 8 on there. So let's see what I can do with yours this time. Dual clutch again, it should drive itself. So theoretically you should be moving on.
Yeah.
There it is.
Also, this is like a car that is a Super GT 500 car.
Hence the GT in the name.
Yeah, and also I designed it to look sort of like the Honda HSV 010. That was a real Super GT car.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's hugging the wall in this run. But it is going to get a 6.817, so that's enough to move on. That's a pretty fast time, though. I ended up losing the rear wing on that run, but you'll still move on, so I'm not going to run it again for that.
Yeah. It did a bit of a turn to the right.
Yeah.
Also note that you see that the surface changes when you go to near the wall. There's a bit of concrete. You lose the grip on there.
True. Okay,
Which,
next one is a hearse. This one has an intercooler for a grill. Probably my favorite looking car of the showcase, for those of you who are wondering. But let's give it a shot. 3,726 horsepower. Hearse.
yeah, I like this one too. Like, it is an interesting one.
Just in time
Well,
for
I use
Halloween.
well, I usually don't like old cars.
I did not
But this
do
I like.
very well on that run, but I'm going to try it one more time. 7.134. I hung on the gears too long there. The wheelie bars actually are functional on this one, thankfully.
Yeah, those are antennas.
Some of these cars are so fast that the RPM gauge actually lags. Let's do a 6.867. Not bad. Shadow R1 is next. So the Shadow R1 last time ran a 7.134, so sequential as well. Let's see if I can do any better than that. A lot of the cars on the top end have the issue of the engines exploding partway down the track. They just have so much power, it's pushing the limits of the car. And next one is the Prima. Oh yeah, this is the one and only sort of classic Viper chassis one.
Only 5 pairs left on the round 2.
Yeah, not much left. This is going pretty fast, actually. Pretty happy about it. Let's take this 3,700 horsepower for a spin here. Oh, a literal spin. The wheels. Goodness. We're gonna do a run on 3 wheels, and it's a 7.8. Goodness. So I can I apparently did a 6.9 with this car last time, so I'm gonna try it again. Try not to lose the wheels.
Yeah, the wheels have a bit of a problem in beam.
Yeah, they were bouncing pretty heavily there, but I did manage to get a 6.85, so a definite improvement.
Like my car had an issue where the front axle would just snap and it would like make the front tires go really toe out or toe in.
Yeah, I had that same issue on my my drag build with the axle snapping. D
I
clutch is next.
I fixed it in a way that I changed the front suspension to McPherson's. It worked for me.
Oh, okay. 7.0. Actually, that's faster than the last time I drove this. So we'll bank that time. Yeah, the different suspension types definitely will help with axles braking and such. Like some cars, some mod cars especially, just won't run unless you use solid axles because they're too heavy. Stuff like the Rhino body, whatever one that one is, it's basically a large armored truck, and it weighs way too much. So
Also, we did came in the conclusion on the Discord server that the solid axles are very poor in terms of durability in beam.
durability,
Yeah, they snapped quite a lot.
based on hard driving or based on the weight of the vehicle.
Based on driving tests.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna bank that time, and then I'm going to try it again. Omatsu's daily.
That's why I did use multi-link on my car on rear.
Multi-link?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit heavier, but it has the best of durability of them all.
Yeah. What about pushrod? Did you test that?
I did test them, and they were a bit of a hit and miss. Like you see, the very fast car has push rods.
Yeah, it
They
does.
they are light and they can be good, but on my car they just get collapsing
So
for
the
some reason.
Magnum Tiger is next. For example, this one appears to have double wishbone. Or actually, is that pushrod? Yeah, that's pushrod in the back. Uh, and double wishbone in the front seems to be a common trend. Let's give this one a go. And this is also a sequential.
Yeah, the push rod and double wishbone are lightest of them all.
Makes sense. 7.150, so this one is going to move on. Oh, that's weird. Well, we're almost to round 3. We'll take a quick break when we get there, because I'm going to have to update the spreadsheet, but I'll put it on screen so you can see what I'm doing. Oh wait, we already did that one. Skykin Elusive? Drag the Rhino R. It's just wheel spin. How are you a second slower? What? Your car is an advanced auto, so it's kind of hard to get any more speed out of it. It's all about the start. Okay, so the Skykin Elusive is a sequential. Let's see how this one will do. Oh, this is not a good run. I'm gonna have to do it again. 8 seconds, goodness. But the last time I actually only managed a 7.9, so I'm gonna bank this one, and then I'm gonna try it again. Super short gears on this car. Ooh, and then a long gear 5. 7.9, that's a bit better. So we'll keep that.
The Skyken Elusive kind of looks like a Hennessy Venom to me. Sort of.
Next one is the multi-stacking wing car. The one where I ended up launching most of the wings off of the back of it on the run that I did for it. Oh, goodness. Just let me make sure. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. I'm kind of doubting that it got through, but it did indeed. Sequential. Oh, goodness. How did I get a good run with this car? It is a tank. 7.934. That is enough to move on, so that's all I'm going to do. And 2 more pairs left for the final of round 2. There are 7 rounds in this, by the way, to finish off all the cars. So we have a bit of time left.
Yeah. But the cars are going to be half of the previous ones when they goes to the next round. So the rounds will be getting quicker.
Yeah. Crosswell Centurion is up next. Sequential as well. A lot of these cars just like to launch to the left or right when driving. It's a 7.1. Last time I got a 6.7. Yikes. Okay, I'll try that one more time then. Because the Gladiator GTR concept managed a 6.9, so theoretically this one should be better. Let's try it though. Oh, it does not want to stay out of the wall. Still faster, 6.967. We'll keep that. And the Gladiator is next. Gladiator GTR concept. Now this one is also a very highly detailed car, so it looks pretty nice. Lots of detail put into this one. And last time I managed to get a 6.9 second run with it, so theoretically it should be faster than the time that I got with it there. Oh goodness. This run isn't going to be though, as I just lost all of its components. Yikes, this car is fast when you get going, but I bent a wheel really early. So that's a 7.857. I'm going to try again though.
This one is also an interesting looking one car.
I totally did not shift that time. That's not going to count for a run. Okay, this is a lot better. Much better.
Sort of a ping pong style on the first run.
Yeah, it was. But that's a 6.7, so that is a very quick time. That's almost top 5 times of the showcase so far, in fact. But we're moving on to the next one, the Stag XL. Now, if you're looking at the spreadsheet... Oh yeah, it is the final pair for this round. Stag XL.
And the last one is going to be your favorite.
This may be OT, what? But do you download mods straight from Steam, or do you go through the Steam via Automation Launcher? Because mods never worked for me. So most mods work with the open beta, so you're probably going to want to switch to open beta, and then I just get them straight on Steam. I just subscribe to them using the like mod section on Steam. That's it. Alright, a big truck coming through. It's a big sequential gearbox, 4,000 horsepower. Oh my goodness, we immediately lost a wheel. Okay, let's try that again. Oh no. Okay, this is much more straight. This truck, like I said last time, is basically a diesel. The exhaust coming out of the hood on it is just insane. That's a 6.9 though. That is very quick. And the last car for round 2 is the Grip.
Is your favorite.
Help.
Is your favorite.
Yeah. It's the help for a reason, because I'm going to be calling for help as we attempt to get it down the track. Last time I got a 7.9. I pray that this is the time that it gets DQ'd. Let's try it. 4,440 horsepower, 1,460 or 54 kilos. The highest power to weight ratio, the highest power car. This thing is a disaster. Okay, let's get it through. Or try.
Well, the thing with this car, it would have got a free buy if there wouldn't been the 3 cars introduced.
True.
So it would have continued.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So it would have continued on with the free buy.
It would have, but there were additions on this one. It just exploded on its first run, so not the greatest start. Oh goodness, this thing does not stay on its wheels. Okay, that's round 3. I don't want to DNF it, I'll just baby it to the end here, because we know it's not going to be faster. Let's just put a time on the board. Only
Actually,
5 gears.
I did a test.
Goodness.
I did test with this body too. I would kind of wanted to make a car with this body.
It's
But it was quite of an impossible to get work properly.
Yeah, it's kind of an insane body. Like being an open wheel car, it makes it a lot harder. So I'm just going to quickly switch over to a scene that I've made where you can see the... Oh goodness, you can't really see it. I'll make it full screen. Now you should be able to see the spreadsheet as I'm working on it. But yeah, what we're going to be doing just quickly is moving the cars forward. We'll start at the top because that makes the most sense. But basically all I'm doing here is we're just taking this and copying it in so you can see what matchups we're going to be having next. It's just the winners that are moving forward into this. I tried to set this up so it would be as easy as possible. And then the winner of this 3 stack is the Eco Air. Well, predictably, we do have some pretty crazy cars coming up here. At the bottom of the spreadsheet, if anybody is following along, you'll be able to see the average time for each round, and you'll be able to see that slowly creep up as we get faster and faster with these cars. But again, as we move forward, there are less and less of them to go, so it's pretty easy. Like the last round we just did was 67 cars, and then this one is half that, so it's going to be quick. And then the next one again is half of that, and I've got it organized, so we should be going down to even numbers. Oh wait, that's not the one. This is it. I'm going to check through to make sure I didn't make any mistakes at the end of it, but just trying to go quick here so we can keep going. I did not suspect that the Model 24 or Trim 23 would actually make it through, but, well, things are getting stiffer here. The competition is going to be tough for these cars coming up. They're going to be starting to venture into like a class of cars that they weren't in before, as the power to weight ratio gap increases ever more with the rounds as they go. And then this one, I didn't color that, but that one's moving forward. And then the 3 at the bottom ensure that the next rounds are even, so we don't have 3 against each other at the end. I don't want anybody to get through by default, so that's my way of organizing things to get around that. Keep streaming, please. We're not going to be stopping. Just taking a quick break from the actual racing to update the spreadsheet, which you can find in the description, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah, I'm just going by through. Oh, sorry.
I am against the hearse now.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm just going through it to make sure I've got everything organized. The fastest car is going up against the Cerberus, so I'm sorry whoever is the maker of the Cerberus. Your car is probably going to be defeated here. But the leaderboard is slowly getting filled up. We're almost done. And it looks like everything is checking out as well. Just gotta make sure that my copying and pasting was accurate.
I do even fear the coupe. That's just too fast.
Too quick. Not going to be able to take the heat.
Well, I should be able to get in the top 3 with this car. At least that's what I hope I'm going to get.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Alright, I'm just setting up my windows real quick. I'm not going to be able to see what gearboxes cars have anymore, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to check. But we're going to be moving on. It's the Ibishu Star Wagon up again for round 3. Let me just grab some water first.
Yeah, I too did got a drinks for me in this pause.
Yeah, just a quick break, but I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I just gotta load up this next car. Goodness, we still have a couple more hours of drag racing left. Let's see. Star Wagon. So some of these cars are just gonna be I believe they're going to be killed off here pretty quickly. The Star Wagon last time got a 14.7, and this time it's up against the Posh GT, which had a 10.7, so 3 second difference is pretty significant. Oh, and one thing I wanted to say as well. So, round one, our average time was 8.847 seconds. Round two, the average time was 8.196. So, the average time is getting better and better for these cars. We'll see what it is at the end, but I'm going to guess it's going to be around 7, maybe even less. But let's go. I'm going to reload the track entirely for this as well, just in case there are any issues with that.
Yeah, the issue will probably get dropped out now.
Yeah, I think this is probably it for it. Not long for this world.
Yeah, but still, it got quite far.
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah, for just being a family hatchback or a wagon.
It had some pretty easy competition though, to be honest. Like the other cars, the slowest one as well, being a 37-second run. Pretty easy for it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try this. Oh yeah, this is when I thought the game had no audio because these cars are so quiet. But this one, not much exciting going on for it. I'm used to driving the like hyper fast cars, but now I have to slow down. That's a 15 second run even. 15.00.
It would be quite of an interesting idea for some sort that the results get flipped around in some showcase, that the slowest one wins, like in the one of the Donald Duck comics in the was the horse race.
Slowest car wins?
Yeah, but that's not told to the people who make the cars.
I don't think people would be too happy about that.
Well, yeah, it would be quite of an interesting one.
I think we could try and do an absolute slowest quarter mile. That could be pretty fun, although it would take forever to get through the cars.
Yeah.
10.717. Well, that's not bad. We already have a winner here. Moving forward is the Posh GT. Pretty easy for it to do so. Next we have the Star Trek Dragstar. Back up again. Who's the other person with you? This is just Draga. He is a very active member of the Discord. Somebody who has contributed to all of the recent showcases.
Yeah, I have been testing cars quite a lot. Like the last showcase, I tested around 50 cars. Not much this one though, because well, it's not that hard to make a car that goes straight line.
Yeah, these ones aren't as challenging to make, that's for sure.
So I had to test my car quite a lot. Like I did probably try around 2,000 times. Well, not 2,200 times.
2,000 times, wow. That's a lot.
200.
Yeah,
200. Yeah. One zero too much.
No, I was gonna say that seems like a lot, but that's some dedication either way. 200 times is still quite a few times.
Well, I think I really did that in the last one because I tried so many cars.
True. I remember on the Discord seeing you going through a couple of different builds as you made your car for the showcase.
Yeah, I would have wanted to make a drag version of the first ever showcase car I made for the Fail Race Autocross. But, well, it would have been a very bad wheelie machine.
I see.
Because it is a mid-engine car.
Alright, back on the Corolla Ute. This is a pretty creative car, actually. It looks quite nice. One thing that's cool about this showcase, though, as you mentioned, like, people could just submit anything. So you could submit an old car that didn't make it into a previous showcase, for example, to this one, and it would be guaranteed to be driven. So I think that's kind of the good part about having no rules, at least for one. Alright, up next is the Gord V-Line. Once again, the very green car. See how this one does. Where's the VTEC mobile? Every car has VTEC, we'll just pretend. One thing that's kind of funny about this one, it's supposedly eco. Like, it says it gets 60 mpg, which is a very bold claim considering how much power it has.
Actually, I have not checked my car how much it does according to mpgs, or well, that would be liters per 100 kilometers in Europe.
Yeah, in Canada too. We do not use Imperial that often, at least. It seems like Canada used to be using the Imperial measurements, but now it's just old people that do. Alright.
Well, I could check it how much my car can do.
8.7, that is just a little bit worse than the last run I had on this car. Oh, there we go.
And a lot of bounce.
Scrooge McSuper Suck is up next, surprisingly having made it this far. Can you spam the Discord invite a bit? No? You can find it on the channel and other places, including the main, just like if you click on the channel up in the top right, it exists there. You can click that and join the Discord. Ooh, 7.8, that is quick. Unfortunately, beating out the previous car. The Scrooge McSuck continues to advance, despite the name. Do you remember the Marlin Forward with manual no brakes, 10s instead of 20s? It does 7.5 seconds. So you remade it after I drove it, you mean?
I just checked how much fuel does my car use. It's 36.3 liters per 100 kilometers.
That is really bad. That's, I don't think you could even become a production car with that fuel economy.
Yeah. I mean, only few cars can top that. Like the Red Bull X 2010 in Gran Turismo, it has 100 liters per 100 kilometers fuel usage.
Yeah, goodness, that's pretty bad. Alright. I don't think I've ever checked that on my cars because I really don't care about fuel economy too much on my builds. 8.1, that's enough.
That would make a quite of an interesting one. Make a car that uses most fuel.
The most fuel?
Yeah.
That could be a challenge for me, I think. Should be able to succeed at that one. Cherry bomb. You could probably just turn the fuel slider all the way up and then get real bad fuel economy doing that.
maxed out the fuel thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like in my high-powered cars, it's all the way up most of the time. Like you need as much fuel as you can get.
Yeah, the boost will compensate that.
7.384 for the cherry bomb. That is a little bit worse. Actually, yeah, just a little bit worse than what I did before. Whoops. Next one is the Brasta 1900.
That one took off quite nicely at the end.
Yeah, it was fast before. Not as fast as the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb is a pretty well balanced car, though, I will say. 7.6, that is not gonna beat it. And that's actually just a little bit slower than its previous time as well. So the cherry bomb is moving forward. Whoops. There we go. Alright, on to the vertical showcase. Be creative with your cars, please. Copying real-life cars means you are not... What? I disagree significantly with your comment, Tyler. You can have a lot of fun copying cars from real life. Especially in the little differences that you have to make because you're adapting them for a game that isn't completely realistic. Vertical showcase with a 7.317. Not bad.
Well, like I did sort of take visual design things from a real Super GT car for my showcase car.
Yeah, I find it's a lot easier to work with a reference on a lot of the builds that I do. Some of them I don't, and I think it's pretty obvious when I don't because they just don't look quite as put together as they would otherwise. 7. Ooh, I was able to do a lot better with this car last time. I'm gonna try that again. I think that start was just not good. The ESC causes it to hesitate off the line, and that's what kills the runs, but that's an 8.1. It's not going to be beaten in the vertical showcase.
ESC. I just wonder why people just put ESC on their cars.
I think...
it is...
Like, my theory is that they do it to please automation, because it'll give you an error. Like, it'll flash red.
Well, I have learned a thing that graphs in automation do correlate 0 into the beam.
Mm-hmm. So beam just crashed. Oh, that's not good. Oh, not good at all.
Well, we got farther than last time.
That's for sure. I'm surprised it chose to go there, though. I don't think anything was really going on that would cause it to break, but... Oh well, hopefully that's not a trend. We shall see. I ran out of memory again. Okay, there we go. RIP.
Actually, I have run out of memory a few times in automation.
Yeah, it just seems to plague me a lot in Beam. Tend to run out of grip. Or not grip, but I run out of memory. So this one is the Motorsport. Yeah, this is the one I was loading up. Let's see if it'll go this time. Hopefully so. Live streaming. Ooh, something is broken on my page, so I can't see the comments temporarily. I'll be back though.
And also, almost half of the cars from the round 3 have been run.
Yeah, it's going quick.
Yep. It will only get quicker.
And then the next one should even be quicker than that. Wow, this is so weird. Seems like the live streaming page is broken. I'm just gonna have to load that back up again before we continue, just so I can see comments and such. Current live stream. Oh, that's awkward. So it's never happened to me before where I've lost the streaming page. I don't know how to get back to it.
I just noticed the thing on the sheet, that the next round I might be against the Hyper.
Up against the Hypra?
Yeah. And I am scared about it.
Yeah, that's not gonna be great.
Both are fast cars.
Okay, I think I might have found it. Wait. So there's... Oh, wait a minute. This is so weird. Because I've lost my YouTube broadcasting page. Oh my goodness. My phone is going off, but... Okay, I guess... I don't know. I'm in the old version of it or something? But I can't see comments. Go to live control room. There we go. Found it. Okay, never mind. Is the stream still going?
I think so. Or it is... Well, it shows a picture.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I figured it out. I just
see
had
movement.
to just had to jump around a lot, but I've got it, so we should be good. That's weird. I've never lost the YouTube like control interface before, but that time I did. All right, let's try this again before Beam. Let's go. All right. YouTube's not making it easy, but did manage to fix things. This car is pretty quick as well. That's a 7.7. It's a bit slower than what I did last time, but I'm gonna bank that time anyways. Next we have the Violetta drag race. Alright, let's see what this one will do. Last time it did better in its time than this car, or the previous car I just ran did, so it should be moving on. This is a fast little car with exhaust straight out the back. 7.1, goodness, that is even faster than before. That's not going to be beaten by that other one, so there we go. Moving on.
Yes, here is Destrega from Discord.
Just double checking things real quick. Okay, we're good still. Nice. My car is a reminder to test your car before you submit. Yeah, you should probably get somebody to test it if you can't test it. Like, if you don't have Beam, you can post it on the Discord and ask somebody to look at it for you. That is the beauty of a community.
Like me, example.
Generally, people will be willing to look at your cars, like, anybody who's active in the Discord, usually. So it's the wide boy going this time versus the 2020 Dragmobile. This one was a lot slower in its last run, so I think the Dragmobile is actually going to continue, which is surprising considering how far it's come, but let's try this one. I believe it's a manual with much slower shifting than the sequential. It does not get a great time. That's an 8.2. That's a full second slower than its competition. Say goodbye to the wide lad. Maybe a couple F's in chat. Cerberus is up next, the one with the big drag wing.
And it is going to be against the Dekiro this time.
Yeah, not much, my mistake, not much chance for this one to continue, just because it's up against the fastest car so far. Oh goodness. Okay, I messed up its run a few times there. This one being a dual clutch, there isn't much I can do to speed it up, just have to keep it straight. It's a 7.2. Last time... Oh wait, what was it last time? 7.1. So still pretty consistent, but again, there's a car that's going to be hard to beat in this competition. And that is the one that's next. This one right here. I've used this body before in one of my builds. Actually, it was the one that my girlfriend made way back in the day. That was a long time ago. This might be the smaller version though, I'm not sure. Okay, let's give it a try. Again, for a nice quick time, let's see if we can do an under 6.5 with it. Here we go.
Yeah, this body is the Aston Martin one.
Yeah.
And I think it has three different lengths in automation.
Mm-hmm. No 7.4 there, but still
there's a long
fast
one, medium one, and a short one.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure which body that is, but somebody could probably try and recreate that thing. Let's try and do... the Ute is up again. Here comes the money. We have 4 votes on Off-Road Bugo. I'm pretty sure you have a few more than 4 votes on that. People are heavily requesting an off-road spec Bugo, but I have yet to do it. We will see.
This is going to be another close one. If the Model 24 gets a good run.
Yeah, here comes the money. Just happened to get the exact same time as last time, but it hit the wall a few times there, so I'm going to try it one more time. See if I can keep it straight. .166. That's probably the fastest time I've done with that car. That is quite quick. But Model 24 is up next. The unnamed McDonald's car. I refuse to call it anything else. Or I guess it could be a BMW as well. McDonald's sponsoring a BMW car.
Yeah. McDonald's BMW.
It's just the right colors for it. I can't see it as anything else. This car is quick though, no doubt about that. It's actually very well controlled. 7.101, so it did have a bad run, but it has indeed taken out the Ute. May it rest in peace. Up next is the Nissan. Silveria GT. It's like silver and then IA. This one with a lot of detail on the stickers. But is it going to equate to speed? We shall see. Last time I got a 7, so...
Which was 0.2 seconds faster than the car.
This time with a 6.8, so even more of a gap there.
Yeah. I guess this is going forward.
Probably, unless the Doge SRT lolcat can do any better than its previous time. Let's see it though. This one appears to be 4-wheel drive, which is a pretty unique feature because there aren't many cars that are 4-wheel drive here.
My car is 4-wheel drive.
It's got a locking center diff.
So it's the 4x4.
Yeah. That's what I mean by 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Lots of all-wheel drive stuff, but 4x4 is kind of unique.
Yeah, that is a unique one.
Off-road Bugo with a V16. I don't think the V16 even fits in the Bugo. We can try
Smallest V16.
1.6 liter V16.
Yeah, Eco V16.
Ooh, this is not a good run for this car. Goodness. This is one of the faster cars, the Hyper Type D. 6.652 was its last run, but that's only when it can be controlled down the track. There we go. 6.7, yeah, goodness.
Yeah, the controllability is my advantage on this one.
I'm gonna try that one more time because this is a super close matchup here, so I'm gonna try this again. .647. Goodness, 3 runs to get that, but that was a good time. That's even better than its previous time, in fact. Next one is the Statilla. Oh. Statilla Rapture... Yeah, Rapture ME8 is up next. Oh, goodness. I forgot. This one appears to be rear-wheel drive. Oh, yeah, definitely. Goodness, the rear wing is gone. The gearbox really holds this one back, but it's still pretty fast. I'm gonna try it again. This person went for the idea that if you have extremely small rims and like very, very large wheels that you'll do better. But that's actually not too far off. You do have to have a good balance of rims and actual tire size to be able to get a good run.
Yeah. Actually, my car has 18-inch rims.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, but if I went any smaller, it would just pop tires.
I see. Ooh, no good runs for this one today. Or, goodness, that's its last run, so a 7 is the best it's gonna get. Although it did do better last time, it's not enough to move on. It's gonna be the Hyper Type D. And it's your car next, I believe.
Yeah.
The GT 2000.
Oh, that was a hard hit.
Oh yeah. Plug-in hybrids would be fun. Okay, I mean, electric cars aren't even in the game. I don't think they could do plug-in hybrids. Unless they just had a hybrid system checkbox. Alright, let's give this one a go again. Well, not a bad run. Last time it went into the wall right at the beginning, but there we go with a 6.6. 8.4, that's a good one. And then up next is the Gravestormer. That is the hearse.
The next round is going to be very tight.
Things are heating up for that next round.
Sakura versus Hypra. Probably.
Alright, let's see what this one will do. This one, again, I already said before, I think this is my favorite designed car of the competition, but I think you're probably going to take it out of the running in this round, but we shall see.
Yeah, probably. My car is so easy to control.
6.9 that time. I'm going to give it another shot, but that is pretty decent. This one suffers from some serious wheel spin. Ooh, a 7. Well, that's it for the hearse. It's gone, but it had a good run while it lasted. That's a pretty big car with a lot of metal flying down the laneway there. PRIM, this one. Well,
So
we
the
only
Reaper
have,
got
sorry?
Reaper got up to the hearse.
It's unfortunate. They're both going down. Now we have the Prima once again versus the Tiger. And then after that we've got a triple. And then that'll be it for round 3. So things are heating up here. We're getting through these lines really quick. Oh man, this car is not stable in the slightest, but that's a 6.9. I think I'm gonna keep that. That should be able to beat the other one, theoretically speaking.
It will be only 8 pairs on the next round.
It's gonna go quick, and then after that it's gonna be even quicker. But things are starting to get serious. How many streams are there going to be on this showcase? There are going to be 2. We will be finishing this today. Actually, we're not even that far away. we're getting close to being done. The next rounds are going to be very fast.
Yeah, it will be 8, 4, 2, and 1.
Ooh, 7 seconds. I think I can do better than that, though. I hung on the gear too much. Let me try again. These sequentials shift so fast. Goodness. 6.8. Yep, that's it for the Prima. 6.834. I knew it had a bit more in it there. But that's it. Next, we're going to do a 3-stack. And then we'll be moving on to 16 cars that will be forming up round 4. Oh, yeah, this is the Ripper TLDD, the one with the massive wings, of which there are many. Just a few wings. This one is like a heat-seeking missile for the walls. I don't know why, it just loves to hit the walls, but that's its best time so far. And we're moving on to the Gladiator GTR. This one's got the potential to be extremely fast at 6.7. The favorite of this group of 3. Boom, 6.9. That's pretty fast. A lot of wheel spin at the start on that one, so I'm going to try it once more. Just once. Whew, okay, off the wall. Maybe that was a bad idea. This is a ping pong run, as they say. Goodness. Okay, we're going to stick with the 6.9 for this one. That's, not great. Onto the Stag XL, and then we'll be done with... Oh, this is the truck. But we'll be done with this round. goodness. This truck, still the diesel within it. 7.4 with a very rocky start. I'm gonna try it one more time. Actually, it's got two more chances here. I'm always giving them 3 chances. Okay, down to the last one then. Gotta make it through this one, because I don't remember what that last time was. Okay, this is better. This is a lot better. And 6.934, that's close, but it's not gonna do it. That is going to be a win for the Gladiator, which was the second one that I ran there. Alright, well, I'm not gonna bother,
and the stream has some issues.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna bother showing the spreadsheet for this one. I'm just gonna quickly put the cars in. So if you're following along on the spreadsheet, you'll see some movement on there. But just gonna be nice and quick. Only 4 pairs? No, 8 pairs are going on this next one.
Stream is a bit laggy at the moment.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, YouTube is giving me a small error. If it's laggy for you, it's worth it to just refresh the page. Should fix it. Usually does.
I think it is getting back again.
Okay. Yeah, my internet is better than it used to be, but still has some issues from time to time, especially when doing a bunch of things at once. The Dragmobile is going to be up against the champion title, the Decaru Coupe. So it seems like the might be taken out here. That would be the most likely situation. And the Hypra is up against you.
Yeah.
That's going to be extremely close. The Hypra is about the same in terms of time so far. Alright.
Yeah, I am nervous.
Yeah, it looks like everything is in line. Only a few cars to go here, and then we're going to be moving on. This is round 4 of the showcase. And we'll be starting off with, just let me get this back in line. Starting off with the Posh. That's going to be up next. The Posh GT. You really want tanks in this game. I mean, somebody could mod it in, but it's only going to have 4 wheels.
Someone, I think, made a tank in Beam like a long time ago.
In Beam, that could be done. I don't think tracks exist in Beam, so it would be a wheeled tank.
Yeah, it had wheels, but... well, it was quite a basic one. Yeah. It had a working cannon.
A working cannon?
Yeah.
Beam actually does have a working cannon as well, so I guess they somehow were able to put that on there. 10.7 for the Posh. Looks like it's probably going to get beaten out here by the Raw Lance, but that is what you would expect as things are getting closer and closer, or farther and farther, closer to the end, but farther from being similar in terms of power to weight ratio.
Yeah, the few first ones have like 1 second differences between them on the last runs.
Yeah, it's pretty significant. This car, for example, does wheelies and it also does 9s, whereas the last one only does 10s, so it's a pretty obvious victory for the Raw Lance there. And moving on pretty quickly to the Gord V-Line Eco Air. That is the very green car with claiming 60 mpg. Yeah, people keep talking about the automation forced induction update. We'll see how that goes though. I'm hoping for the best, but at the same time I'm kind of weary of what could happen with it.
Yeah, I am very interested to see what it's going to be like. I would
Yeah,
like to see twin chargers,
same.
like a supercharger and twin turbo.
It would be good to be able to put, like, my hope is to have superchargers would be great, and then
Well,
also to be able to put single turbos on V engines would be great as well.
I think we get both of those.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
hopefully.
Someone wants me to speak Finnish.
Well, if you want to.
Hyvää yötä. That means good night. In Finnish.
Taking Finnish lessons. Everybody in the chat. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's this car up next. So this one, the story behind its name is when I got the car, it came with an engine that's too big, which is the reason is they're probably using an old version of the of automation. So I shrunk the engine and then I put it in the showcase. It still makes 2,000 horsepower though. Probably made more, but it's been doing pretty well, surprisingly. 7.8 seconds.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't get why they did shrunk the engine base. Just
Yeah,
like
I don't know why they did that either.
the body that's supposed to be Skyline body can't fit the RB26 in it. The real Skyline engine.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bit stupid.
Yeah, it also broke a lot of my cars.
Yeah.
Wasn't very happy about that. Loaded them up and had to shrink the engines. 7.5 seconds for the cherry bomb. Doing consistently well, I will say. But that means it's going to be moving on. Goodness, we're already almost halfway through this round. That's how quick it's going.
Hello to Estonia. Our friend nation.
Yeah, it's a lot closer to you than it is to me.
Yeah, and it's a kind of an interesting thing that Estonia is very similar in the Finnish.
Just like the
Finland,
country in
Finnish.
general, or language?
Yeah, and the language. Some words are same, but there's some do have like a very different meanings. Like the word is same, but it means totally different.
Oh, that could get confusing then.
Yeah.
Somebody asking... Oh, sorry. Somebody asking if there's a diesel update on automation. They haven't said anything about that other than no, from what I have heard.
I have visited Estonia quite a few times.
Ooh, 7.3. Things are getting close now. 7.3. I was able to do better last time, so I'll give this one a second try.
Playing Gran Turismo 1. That's where all my driving started. In games.
Which game?
When I was 2 years. Gran Turismo 1.
Oh, Gran Turismo.
Someone mentioned in the chat Gran Turismo 1. That's when my gaming career started, when I was 2 years old.
2 years old, goodness.
Yeah. And well, I wasn't a very good driver back then.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Not to mention about setups.
I think my first racing game was Need for Speed Underground 2. Or 1, I don't remember which one it was. But I also wasn't allowed to have gaming systems when I was a kid, so it was only at friends' houses. So we have 7.267. Not bad. For the Chrome 2020 Dragmobile.
The first games I ever had was Gran Turismo 1 and Crash Team Racing.
I think the first games I ever had were for PSP. So I think the first game. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. For PC was my first games. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, probably was my first game.
Yeah, well, well, while I'm relatively new to the PC gaming, I have owned an own computer for, well, when I say relatively, I meant like 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah, that's how long I have owned an own computer.
Oh, so it's one that's just yours.
Yeah, I built it myself.
Nice.
And it had a little accident.
A little accident?
Smoke.
Oh. That's doesn't sound too little if you're getting smoke.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know things back then, and I plugged the thing that would go into some sort of floppy drive or something, and plugged into the motherboard fan header. But nothing got fried, so it was good.
You're lucky then.
Other than the cable. Which then I just got a side cutters and cut it off. It was a useless cable anyway.
Because you don't really need it. Oh, I was just thinking. You know the game My Summer Car?
Yes.
Doesn't that take place in Finland?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I have played it. And it is quite a very Finnish stereotypic.
So it's just stereotypes?
Well, sort of.
That's not how life actually is in Finland?
Well, not really. Well, it kind of is if you take that you are on a summer holiday and you're on your summer cottage and then you do your things.
I see.
That would be more of what it would be.
So summer holiday, but
yeah.
in the country.
Yeah, that's what I usually go to a summer cottage, and then I have to fix up my own car.
Oh, okay.
And now is the match of the century.
Yeah, it did. So its first time was the fastest time, with a 6.7. But it actually did better last time. I just couldn't get it out of it this time. But it's your car up next. This will decide your fate. Will you make it through? We shall see. Well, one thing I'll say is your car is easier to drive than the other one, being a dual clutch. More consistent.
This seems to go quite a lot of the left and right.
Yeah, I think, yep. Oh, no way. You are 0.001 second behind right now. I'm gonna give it a second try. But that is extremely close. That is probably the closest we have been so far. And I'm not even touching it that run. Oh, that was slower. Okay, I'll give it one last shot. I did give the other car 3 goes, so this is semi-fair.
I am actually sweating.
Oh no, this last run into the wall. Oh no. Oh no, that's it for you. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
I have failed you.
Well, it was a very close one.
I turned your car into an X-Wing, but You have lost by a thousandth of a second. Uh, that is unfortunate. Very, very close,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Next one is the Magnum Tiger. And then this is actually the last round for this, or the last set of cars for this round. And then we'll be moving on to the next ones. Oh, that was bad. Okay, let me try again. The Magnum Tiger is basically a bullet, but that was not a great time. I'm gonna have to do that one more time as we get closer
Well,
here.
now I did see what you did with my car.
Yeah.
You basically did a Robert Kubica, where he went straight in the guardrail.
That's basically what happened. 7.150, but you see the piece of the engine kind of came up, gave it a nice wing on the top.
Yeah, I think that is the gearbox, or a drive shaft.
Something. Either way, that was an incredibly close run, so not too
Yeah.
bad.
Well, I was hoping for a podium. Not this time.
Not this time, but still, top 16.
Yeah.
Goodness, that was a 6.672, but I'm gonna do it again just because I accidentally shifted into sport mode, which I haven't been doing, so gotta stay realistic here.
Nah, I didn't die inside.
6.705, that's gonna be a win no matter what there. Nice. So we're moving on to the next round again. Already on to the next round. So it's going to be the Gladiator, which you just are seeing now. And that's going to be versus the Hyper Type D, which is the one that just beat out Distriga's car. And then it's going to be the Nissan, the GT car, versus the fastest car so far. So I'm sorry about this Nissan. Even though the Nissan is quite quick, it hasn't been proved to be faster than the 6.5s that we're getting out of that one. And then the Cherry Bomb is going to verse the Violetta drag race car. And also the Scrooge Mix Super Suck will be against the Raw Lance DC8. And I believe that's it. So only 4 sets here. Only 8 cars left. We are getting closer to the end. This is round 5.
Yeah. I would like to see V4s in automation.
V4s?
Yeah.
It's not a super common engine, but definitely something that would be good in automation.
It was like some European cars like Saabs used a V4. And the current Porsche 919 hybrid, the LMP1 car, which was retired now because the class got retired.
Goodness. So the Raw Lance has managed a 10-second pass, but that was after a minor two-wheel moment. Actually, several. This car likes to do wheelies like no tomorrow. But this time it's going to be sub 10 seconds. That is a 9.368 for that car. Scrooge McSuper Suck is up next. People are talking about Miatas now. 5-cylinder MX-5? That doesn't sound right.
What would you like to... if you would say now, what would you like to do with the next showcase?
Next showcase?
Yeah, like now, if you would like to say an idea, what would you like to want to do?
Um, so we have a whole like section dedicated to people giving ideas. Uh, if you want to give your own ideas, but for me, I think my thinking is that we're gonna do one more showcase this year. So in the next couple months, basically until January, we'll do one more showcase before the end of the year.
Okay.
What that's going to be, I am not sure. But if I had to make an idea, I like the idea of doing classic racing cars. Um, that would probably be one. I think somebody had mentioned classic stock cars before, and I found that to be interesting. But as with all showcases, like we might have a good idea or something we think is a good idea, and then when Overlord and I go down or go into trying to write the rules for it, it's like, oh, this is just not going to work, or there'll be too many rules to follow. So we'll have to
What
see.
would be considered classic? Because
Um, so that's the thing, right? Maybe 70s. Uh,
mm,
we could even go earlier than that and go for um, like 60s and possibly even 50s racing cars, even though there aren't too many bodies in automation. But like that's the kind of thing that when thinking of an idea for a showcase, I try to think of like how much does this limit everybody? Like, are there only going to be like 5 bodies you can use for this? Um, and then how much creativity is actually allowed within it.
like I could say that the 90s GT LM cars are still quite a classic.
Yeah, we could do GT cars. We could do a lot of different types of race cars as well. Obviously, I don't want to do race cars every time, but that's sort of the easiest to, uh, like, to objectively compete against each other, basically. But it doesn't always have to be a competition. Like, we could also do a showcase where it's just a stream, like looking at people's cars. It might not be as interesting because there's no competitive side, but that might be something.
Corvette competition.
Yeah, it's like an auto gala or whatever. Just look at the cars, talk about why you like them. I don't know, something like that. So
Overlord would like probably some Corvette competition.
yeah, Corvettes only.
Yeah.
1970s Corvettes only. No mid-engines allowed. Uh, see what he thinks about that. Ooh, I was hoping that the Nissan could take out the 6.5 running Dekaroo coupe, but it can't, even though it is very
Yeah.
close. Even with a second run, it's not going to do it. So it's unfortunate.
6.7.
We've got one more pair left in this round. Then we'll be moving on to the final few.
Final pair out of the oven is a saying that we would say in Finland.
What was that? Sorry.
Final pair out of the oven.
Yeah. Fail raced at a rally competition with only one rule, which was the overall price of 15,000. We could try a super low budget showcase. That could be fun, but I don't know. 6.5. Goodness. The Hypra might actually have a chance. 6.584. That is the fastest time that car has done, and that is actually getting close to the drag coupe. Goodness, that is extremely fast. Next is the Gladiator. The Gladiator GTR concept. I believe that's the last car for this round. You can see the average times again if you're watching along with the spreadsheet. Round 3 was 7.9. Round 4 was 7.5, and this round so far is 7.3. The times are getting quicker and quicker.
Yep. Also, interesting note, how I did get a faster time with the super fast car and my own car. They both use DCTs. It is possible to get a faster time from a DCT by changing it manually.
Yeah. I've been running every car auto,
yeah.
so that would be why.
The DCT is very hard to change manually because you have to switch up from the start 3 times to get on the manual mode.
Yeah, there's sport mode and then manual, so kind of gets in the way. Ooh, so the Gladiator has been taken out by the Hypra. I gave it 3 runs, but that is it for that car. We're going to be moving on to the final 4. It's the Hypra...
Semi-final.
Yeah, this is the semi-final. It's the Hypra Type D versus the Decaru Coupe Drag Showcase, which is a very good matchup. That'll be one to watch. I'm going to do all of these ones 3 times now that we are so close to the end, just to make sure that I can get the best time possible out of them. And then the Violetta Drag Race versus the Scrooge Mix Super Suck is the other ones as well. So there is a bit of a like there's something to be said for having a low power, like a low power to weight ratio car, because the Scrooge Mix Super Suck, for example, is running 7.8s and it has made it into the semi-final with a couple lucky matchups. That's all you really need.
Yep. But though it may fail in this one, Violetta is half a second faster.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster. Okay, let's load it up. Let's get that Scrooge going.
Scrooge, but it got a 4th place.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed 4th. Oh wow, somebody has donated. I don't know what that currency is. DKK? Thank you for the donation though, Oliver. Keep up the good work, he says. Poof, that was bad. My mistake. Okay, well this one should be a pretty easy 3rd place guarantee for the Scrooge Mc... or, sorry, the Violetta. The Scrooge McSuck actually has run the best time, or a better time than it did previously. But the Violetta overall does better, so we'll see here. Actually, I did say I was going to run it a few times, didn't I? We'll run it one more time, just to see if it does any better than that.
7-8 flat.
Let's see. I think this time's probably going to be better. It's a good thing I ran it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, maybe a bit too much wheel spin at the start. Alright, Violetta coming in. Violetta Drag Race is up next. An awkward combination of purple and orange for this car, but it's very, or maybe that's a yellow. I don't know, it's kind of an orange. It's a very Halloween colored car, very October-esque. But this one is pretty consistent, so we should be fine here. Ooh, 7.3, that's gonna do it. No need to run it again. 7, oh, I just erased that. 7.342. Nice. So the Violetta is going to be moving on to the final versus probably the Decaru Coupe, but we shall see. We're going to run that one again. We have run it many times at this point, but it is by far the fastest one, at least until the Hypera just ran a 6.5. So we'll see. We'll run this one 3 times. We'll take the best of that, and we shall see how it does.
Yeah, I have to say, well-made cars, those two.
So the first
That
time is a 6.6, but I'm going to keep going. Yeah.
it is very well done if you beat my car.
Just consider how much
I
effort
say
was
that.
put into it. So,
Yeah, few hundred hours of worth.
100 hours? A few hundred hours?
I say few hundred hours.
Yikes.
Because I did tweak it like until the end. I did submit it on the last day.
Well,
Still made a few tweaks on the last day.
it looks like the fastest time I can get with this
So yeah.
car is a 6.5. Without shifting the dual clutch, that is. We should probably try. I don't know how much time we're going to have after the end of this. It's been almost, not almost, but almost 2.5 hours. But we could probably try and push that car to the limit. See if I can do better than a 6.5. All
Try
right.
manually shifting. Try manually shifting it then.
Yeah.
After.
Remind me before the end of this, and we'll try that.
Yep.
Ooh, 6.7. That's not great for this car. 7.62. This is where the competition really is between these two, it seems. Because this is the only other car that I think has gotten a 6.5. Just casually as well. 6.8 that time. Yikes. Okay, one more. Let's see if it'll do it. Oh, that was a jump and a half. No, this is not gonna do it. Whew. That's it. The Decaru Coupe is moving on, and I think we know who's gonna win the next one.
Yeah.
But still, we'll run it just for fun. But that is it. Goodness.
Unless some gremlins come and undo the wheel nuts of the Decaru.
That is the only way that it could lose this. But there have been better comebacks in the past. I don't know. We shall see. So the Violetta is coming up. I'm going to run it. We'll run it 3 times. We'll give it a chance. And we'll just do one run on the... Or, I don't know. We'll just do one good run on the Decaru. But that is almost it.
Yeah.
Somebody give this car NOS. That's the only way. I've shifted it into sport mode to give it a chance. Oh, it got a 7.1 on sport mode. Yikes. 7.185. Let's try it on regular.
I think the regular is a bit slower.
Yeah, I'm gonna try sport mode on the Decaru. Let's see what that does as well. 7.22. That's pretty fast for this car. I'm putting in the regular time because I haven't been using sport mode on the dual clutch. Oh, 7.167. That is quite fast, but it's not gonna beat this car that we will run right here once again.
That is very fast.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
But it will not beat the super fast car.
No. It doesn't seem to be... Oh,
it's
yeah.
a very, very fast box.
Yeah, it is. It's quite fast in comparison to what we could expect from something that looks like it. But that is a 6.584. That's not the best time I've done with this car. Out of curiosity, though, I'm just going to shift it into... Okay, wrong one. I'm going to shift it into sport mode.
And then after that, try the manual mode.
Yeah, we'll try the manual after. Sport mode was actually slower, but I think it was just a delay. Got a 6.7. Yeah, you have to shift really quick. Goodness. So if I do manual, ooh, 6.517. That is the fastest time I've gotten with this one. Oh, thank you for the donation. Really did not expect to have such a potent car there. Thank you, Flux, Overlord, and Distraga, and everyone else for making this possible. It was great and fun, good entertainment. Yeah. Thank you for submitting your car. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm just going to mess around for a bit now, but the Decaru Coupe, which we're driving now, is indeed the winner of this showcase.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Dargides, who made an absolute unit of a car.
Yeah, this is. Please share your secrets with us about this car and how you got it to be so fast. And also, I'm just going to keep giving it a few runs here. I want to try the manual, but I have to shift 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.5 with manual, but I had to shift. So I had to go into drive, and then sport, and then manual, and then shift up almost
Yes.
immediately. So it's 4 clicks. And so
Yeah.
that's hard to do. I'm going to do it one more time, and I think we'll be done for the stream. But yeah, thank you everybody for participating.
Yeah. And thank you for my behalf too. It was nice to be on the commentator this time, filling in Overlord.
Yeah, thank you for being willing to fill in for Overlord.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do this when there's somebody else there as well. So, yeah.
It was nice to do this.
So yeah, for everybody joining on the stream, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. It's been a good stream. It's been fun. This guy is using a solid flatline engine that has an odd drivetrain, that front wheel drive bias. Oh, maybe that's why. Some odd biases and such. You gotta share your secrets with us, or don't, and then use them for the next showcase. But yeah, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Should be a video coming out on Tuesday as usual, and then probably later on Friday. Also has low downforce and perfect suspension that yeets it perfectly. I see. There are tricks to this. Anyway, we'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.
See ya.